Hello everyone! Всем привет! Today I'd like to tell you about my experience of life in the north of Russia, in the northern climate, and what do I like and what I don't like in this kind of climate. I already told you that I wouldn't prefer to live in the south. I don't like southern weather, southern climate, so I'd like to share my experience and explain what I mean talking about this. First of all, I'd like to tell that in a southern climate, I don't like very hot weather. I don't like very strong sun. I don't know, I just don't feel really well with it. And I'm afraid of southern fauna. I'm afraid of insects and snakes and spiders. And north usually doesn't have all this stuff, so that's why I'm completely okay with that. Also, southern society, I don't know, I don't really believe in mentality or some social things which are common for everyone, but I don't know, maybe sometimes southern people, they are more extrovert or they are more funny, more positive. It's good, but I love more. I'm introvert, I'm not really emotional, and I'm not really active or funny person, so for me, people in the north are more suitable. And that's what I'm used to and what I am. I can't say that I love cold, but I really love northern summer because when the summer is not so hot, that's good. I love when it's just warm and maybe cloudy, not sunny, and that's very typical for summer in the north. In my city, summer is quite rainy. That's not really good, but it's cloudy and that's okay for me. The temperature, I think for me it's okay when temperature is not higher than 22 degrees above zero, I mean Celsius. And about cold, I would prefer the temperature no colder than 5 degrees below zero, but unfortunately it can be much colder, for example -30 or -20, but this winter it was quite warm actually. I can't say that I really love snow, but some people from the north, they really miss snow when they go somewhere abroad. So I can't say that I love winter, but I just love this northern summer, and very, very much I love polar day when the day looks the same as night. It's like a twilight or a cloudy, very cloudy day, and sometimes you don't understand, is it day or night now? Some people, they mostly tourists, they can't live with it, or they say that that drives them crazy, and it can be so, but you just need to have blackout curtains, and then it's quite okay. You can sleep normally and you can walk in the night, and that's very interesting experience. What I don't like that you need to have a lot of clothes and to have many t-shirts, for example. It's not so expensive. You can buy 10 different t-shirts and change them, but if you want to buy some good winter coat, it's expensive, and usually you have just 1 or 2 winter coats, and the winter is quite long, and you wear this winter coat half a year, maybe just one winter coat half a year, and you get so tired to see it all the time, to wear it, and you want to wear something different, but you have just this winter coat, and of course you get tired of it. You want to to be different, and that's much more difficult to find a beautiful winter coat because usually you look not really well on them. Also, you get very tired of season changing because spring, or what we can call spring, I would call it long, so warm winter, and it's quite long. And calendar shows you the spring, but it's not spring, it's still winter, and you want you want it to be spring, but it's not. I don't like to change tires on for the car. I mean, to change winter tires and summer tires. The last years I do it by myself because I don't know, it was boring for me to sit and wait when some service do it. So I learned how to do it by myself. But still, when you do it in the spring, in the late spring, it's okay. The weather is fine. But when you do this in the autumn, it's cold and dirty, and yeah, that's not pleasant. And you have to do this twice a year. You have to wear winter shoes, and if you go somewhere to work or to study, you'd better to have some shoes to change them, because it's difficult to sit in winter shoes all the day. It will be too warm in your office or at school. Or at school it's even forbidden to be in street shoes because it will be too dirty, because it's a lot of snow and a lot of dirt mostly in the spring. So you have to wear your shoes with you, or leave it somewhere in the place where you want to go. Also, when you come to someone to someone's home and you take off your shoes, because we take off the shoes in Russia, your feet can be sweaty because your shoes were very warm, and it's also confusing. And yeah, that's not really pleasant. Also, we have very strong heating in the houses because it's cold. Yeah, the heating is quite cheap, and for Russians it's quite difficult to get used to life in Europe or somewhere else where heating is expensive, and usually they don't heat well their houses because of this, and Russians always feel cold in their houses. But the strong heating gives you very dry air, and that's why your skin is always dry, your lips are dry, hair can be dry, and we use the special thing to higher the humidity of the air, because without this I wake up and my nose is absolutely dry, my throat is dry, so my lips are dry. So yeah, that's I used to live without it during all my childhood, and I remember that. And your face is dry, you wake up and your face is super dry. We used some vases with water to make air more wet, or some towels. We hanged some towels on the batteries, I mean wet towels, to make the water, I don't know how to say it, to bring steam in the air. Of course, you get very tired of the night, because yes, there is polar day, but also there is a polar night, and it's quite difficult to have just 4 hours of light. And light, it means no sun, it's just light, like twilight again, or cloudy day, and then it's dark. So for example, if you work somewhere, you don't see the light, because when you wake up it's dark, when you go home it's dark, and the light is, yes, just 4 hours, I don't know, from 11 to 3 o'clock after midnight, not after midnight, after midday. Also, you need to clean your car from the snow, clean your parking place from the snow. If you live in the house, you have to clean the territory of the house, but for Russians it's not really typical to live in the houses. Most of them, I think, live in block of flats. And yes, for example, the place where I live, we have only 65 sunny days per year, approximately, and you cannot see the sun for several months, and it's very surprising to see the sun one day after such a long break. It's so unusual. So if you miss sun, that can be difficult for you, but I got used to it, and I don't really like sun, but of course when it's a sunny day it's more positive. But for me it's a bit pushing, because when the sun is very rare for your place. When you see the sun, it seems to you that you have to spend this day in a very active way, or maybe you need to go outside because there are not so many sunny days, but maybe you don't want to go anywhere. And now I don't do this, but before I thought that, oh, sun, I have to be active, I must be active today. And in the summer mostly, because in the summer when you have sunny day, that's something special. But maybe you don't want to go anywhere this day, but you feel that you have to because it's sun. So something like this. So I think that's it. Maybe I remember something else and make another video if you find this interesting. Thank you for watching, and пока-пока.